Okay, this is how to get started in Sibelius. Drag your mouse down to the bottom of the screen and look for the purple icon and click it once. Once the software has loaded, you will see this screen. Begin by clicking on blank. Make sure you only click once, as if you double click, it will take you to a blank screen and it will be harder to start. Click blank once. The next thing, you can see there is a blank screen here. We need to add an instrument or several instruments. Click on Change Instruments. I'm going to create a piece for flute and cello. So in the top where it says Find, type the word flute. And you see it takes you to where it is on the list, and then click Add to Score. To find cello, you need to type V-I-O-L-O, and the longer name for a cello is a violoncello. So click here and then click Add to Score. To confirm that those are the correct parts, click OK. You can now see the two parts appearing on the score over here. As we scroll down this list, you can see I'm using the bar at the side to drag down. However, if you've got a mouse with a scroll wheel, you can also move down like this. Next, we're going to choose the time signature. I'm going to leave it on 4/4, but you could choose any other time signature. I want my music to start on beat 1, so I won't click on this, but if you ever wanted to use an anacrusis, this is where you tick the box to have that option at the start of your music. In the tempo section, it's often very helpful to have a tempo mark or a metronome mark already on the score, whether you know how fast or slow you want the tempo to be at this stage. So I recommend that everybody clicks on this square button here, check the box to switch on the metronome mark, and then you could leave it at 100 beats per minute, or you could change it at this point, but you can always change it later. Then we come on to the key signature, and we have a range of different keys, or in fact all of the different keys you can choose. You have the 7 major sharp keys, the 7 major flat keys, and then you have the relative minor keys as well. So I'm going to choose A major. The title, well, it depends what you're working on. I'm going to call this demonstration Into the Forest. The composer is your name, and usually, just maybe out of habit, I usually put the year that I've written the piece to make sure I remember for later on for my copyright information. So the year is 2021. Once you've done that, you can click Create. You can see that the music score looks like more of a professional piece of music now. Hasn't got any notes in it yet, but it looks like we're ready to start. One thing that you must note though, at the top it says Untitled. This means that the music hasn't been saved yet. So to save the music, we go to File, Save As, and I'm just going to click Save. In fact, I'm not going to quite click Save. I'm going to put a space in and put a number 1 in. And that's really important actually, because if you don't do that, then there's a potential that you'll only save one version of your work. It's really helpful to save many versions as you go along. So if something happens to your file, then you can go back to a previous version. Once you've done that, press Save.